Now let's talk about Ricochet's recent IC title reign. I mean, I gotta be honest. He needs to take full responsibility for his last IC title reign. It's like, look, man, you can't keep blaming management. You can't keep blaming the writers. Listen, the writing team is only as strong as your character. Let me say that again. The creative team is only as strong as your character is. If your character ain't that strong, it's gonna be a hard time for the writers to write you into meaningful feuds, meaningful storylines. What part of that don't you understand? Like, dog, you can't make the writing team Superman. It's like, bro, they can't keep turning, like, they can't keep turning a pile of crap into gold. It's like, you gotta meet them halfway. They can't do everything for you. It's like, if you have a dull personality, it's like, what do you expect for the writing team to do for you? You gotta meet them halfway. What are they working with? Right? It's like, who am I to give you personality? How can a creative writing team give a guy personality? Seriously. It's like, bro, we can't do everything for you, bro. What makes you more special than the next guy? We can't do everything for you. Like, dog, you gotta do things halfway too. You gotta meet us halfway. Ricochet didn't do that. Look, when it comes to a guy like a Ricochet, he needs to feed off somebody. He needs to feed off of MJF. Guys like that. He has to feed off of Adam Cole. Guys like that. He has to feed off of Sami Zayn. Have you cared about what Ricochet has been doing since he stopped beefing with Sami Zayn? Sami Zayn has been doing some entertaining stuff, and guess what? He's not the champion. Okay. Ricochet was not in the main event, right? But Sami Zayn was. The same guy he beat for the Intercontinental Championship. On SmackDown, Sami Zayn lost the IC title, and yet he was in the main event on SmackDown tonight. Wow, that's weird. And not Ricochet. You see what I'm saying? That makes no sense. So we have been more intrigued with the Bloodline and Sami Zayn storyline over what Ricochet has been doing. Dog, whose fault is that? You can't keep blaming Bruce. You can't keep blaming Vince McMahon. He has no personality to work with. It's like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it, man. If you have no personality, how am I supposed to help you? You gotta help yourself. It's the equivalent of a parent teaching their child how to ride a bike. Eventually, you're gonna have to ride those pedals on your own. Eventually, you're gonna have to ride the bike without me pushing you. I can't keep helping you, man. Show us something. Do something. Anything. Give us something to work with. Ricochet does none of that. He did none of that. It shouldn't get to a point where Austin Theory wrestled at a pay-per-view and not Ricochet. Ever since he's been the IC champion, Ricochet has not been seen at no pay-per-views. He has not been seen at no pay-per-views. It gets to the point where, did they give him that IC title just to be nice? That's what I'm starting to think. I think they gave him that title to shut up his weird fan base, to be nice to him. Now look, I'm sure Ricochet is a nice guy in real life. He ain't talking about what I see on TV, his character. He's boring, man. Were you interested? I was more interested in a Theory and Ali. And now I'm gonna be more interested in Lashley versus Theory. I'm pretty sure those guys are gonna wrestle at a pay-per-view, right? Ricochet has not been, dog. He has missed the last 3 WWE pay-per-views. That's unacceptable. You can't keep blaming the writers for that. When it comes to his on-screen character, there's nothing to work with. Bruh, you can't keep pairing him up with Sami Zayn. You can't keep pairing him up with a guy like a MJF. You can't keep pairing him up with a guy like The Miz or a Theory. Guys with more personality than this guy. You can't pair him up with a guy like, I don't know, Carmelo Hayes. It's like, Ricochet, you're going to have to carry a feud by yourself. Eventually, you're going to have to be the standard of your feuds. You have to be the talking point of your feud. You can't keep letting Sami Zayn, guys like that do all the talking and do all the feuding with you. You can't keep letting those guys tell a better story than you. Hence why Sami Zayn has been main eventing SmackDowns as of late. But he's not champion, but Ricochet is, right? See, people think I'm a hater of Ricochet. No, I'm a truth teller. Hence why he hasn't been at no pay-per-views within the last 3 months. But once again, how is that the WWE's fault? If you're boring, how can they make any feud that you're in worth watching? Right? It's just like the MJF effect. He rubs off on people. Meaning anything that he's involved in, we're intrigued. We're not really intrigued by the guy he's in a feud with, but we're more so intrigued by MJF. So we become entertained by his opponent by default because MJF is involved. Hence why CM Punk has been pretty damn boring since he stopped feuding with MJF, right? He's been pretty boring, right? See what I'm saying? We're going to see if Wardlow's going to keep up that same momentum that MJF gave him. We got to wait and see. Ricochet has dropped the ball since he's been in nothing. He dropped the ball ever since he beat Sami Zayn. Once again, you can't keep blaming Vince or Bruce or the damn writers for this, dude. You can't, man. I'm like, there's tons of faces on that roster that would make a better IC champion than Ricochet. Now, let's compare him to Kofi Kingston. I'm not talking about the New Day Kofi Kingston. I'm talking about the boom, boom, boom. I'm talking about the fake accent Jamaican Kofi, which was my favorite version of Kofi. Look, personally, I think Kofi he might be a top 5 mid-card wrestler of all time. There is Razor Ramon. Who else is a great mid-card guy? Damn. Oh yeah, Miz. I would say Miz is like upper mid-card. But Kofi, he's in that top 5, man. I would say Jake Snake, top 5. Maybe Ted DiBiase. But Kofi, dude, he's right up there in the top 5 mid-card guys of all time. Dude, the fans loved him. Dude, the fans loved Kofi. I'm talking about the boom boom Kofi. The fake accent Kofi. Dude, he was mega over, man. He was a great face that the fans loved, the kids loved. We rooted for him. Hence why he was winning all those mid-card titles. I think he's a 4-time IC champion. I think he's a 3-time US champion. Obviously, he's a multiple-time tag champion, but I'm talking about his mid-card days when he was fighting Dolph Ziggler every damn week. That Kofi. Dude, Ricochet, how come Ricochet is not at that level? It's like, yeah, he might be a better wrestler than Kofi when it comes to talent, but Kofi, he's more entertaining. Kofi, he just has more charisma. He's more entertaining, especially the accent, especially the fake accent Kofi. Let's compare Ricochet to the fake accent Kofi. Dog, Kofi was just way better. Ricochet should be Kofi, but he's not. When Kofi was in feuds in his prime, when he was a fake accent Jamaican man, he had great feuds with Dolph Ziggler, Wade Barrett, Randy Orton, The Miz. He had great feuds. Cody Rhodes. That dude had great feuds in 2012, 2011, 09, 2010. That Kofi. He was over. Way better than Ricochet. He was actually at pay-per-views fighting. unlike Ricochet, dog. I never in my life seen an IC champion miss the last 3 pay-per-views and he's fully healthy. Dog, that's a him problem, not a writer's problem. There's nothing for him. It's like, why couldn't he make it work with him and Jinder? Him and Jinder, that was a boring ass feud. It's like he's been boring. Like, whose fault is that? You think Carmelo Hayes would be in boring feuds if he was on SmackDown as the IC champion? Hence why Carmelo Hayes is now a two-time North American champion now. Because he's a great mid-card champion. He's entertaining. He can talk. He has personality. Ricochet, look. There's not much a writer can do for Carmelo Hayes. He writes himself, really. All you gotta do is put a microphone in his face and have him just go out there and just freaking wing it. There's not much you can write for Carmelo Hayes. He writes himself. Ricochet, bro, you need Vince Russo to make him look good on the main roster. I'm sorry. He's not it. But whose fault is that? Ricochet has to take full responsibility. He's been in the business for too long. What, since 04, 05 he's been wrestling? That's a long time, man. He doesn't have a lot of personality. He's not a great talker. So if he's in a feud, how can we be intrigued if there's no story there? There's no, when he was beefing with Sami Zayn, I was more intrigued about Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville. That's a bad thing. Once again, that was not happening with the prime Kofi Kingston, who was a high flyer, right? He had tons of personality. He had a gimmick. The fans loved him. He was a high flyer. Remember that he was a high flyer, just like Ricochet. But he was over. You know why? He had personality. He was a decent talker, but he had a gimmick that the crowd loved. He was a lovable face that we loved. Ricochet, it's like, yeah, he's good in the ring, but he's proof. Dog, you need more than just matches. Yeah, Ricochet was having good matches the past 3-4 months, right? He was having good matches, but you need more than that. You need more than just matches, man. Because what are you going to do before the bell rings? We need conflict. This is sports entertainment. We need conflict. We need drama. We need Broadway. How can you sell us on your matches before the bell rings if you are not a good talker? Ricochet can't keep getting carried by heels who can talk, but he can't talk. Eventually, you're gonna have to carry these feuds by yourself. You are the champion for a reason. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, Kofi Kingston is a top 5 mid-card guy of all time. I think he's top 5. Look at his resume. He's top 5 mid-card wrestler of all time in history. Ricochet, I mean, dog, he should be at that level, but he's not. I never seen it before. I never seen a guy, IC champion. He didn't show up to the last 3 pay-per-views. He was at WrestleMania. He was at Backlash. He was at Hell in a Cell. That's inexcusable. That is inexcusable. It's like, dog, you can't keep blaming Bruce Pritchard because, bro, they made him a champion for a reason. Like, bro, you can't keep relying on the writers to help you. It's like they can't look, they can't make you into a star. That was not the case with The Rock or Stone Cold. They made themselves into stars. via help from the writers, but it was mostly them because they are talented. Ricochet had a failed title reign. So I bet you're saying, what's next for him? Like I said, I think he should be with Max Dupree. He should get repackaged, and he should be paired up with Max Dupree. In fact, I think I made a video about that a couple of months back. I said Ricochet should change his gimmick into a male fitness model. Yeah. I think I said he should be booked like Simon Dean. I think that was his name. Simon Dean. What's his name? Nova. I think that was his name. He should be like the Body Donnas and Simon Dean. It's like he should be a heel fitness model trainer. That should be his gimmick. So I think his next move, he should be paired up with the Maximum Models. With Max Dupree. The Maximum Models. I feel like that should be his next move. Change your whole gimmick. Do something different, man. Do something different. Because I'm very disappointed in Ricochet these past 4 years. When he got called up to the main roster, I said, you know what? He has the potential to be like Kofi. During 09, 08, 2010, that Kofi. The Kofi that was winning mid-card titles left and right. Who was mega over with the crowd. But no, Ricochet, he's not Kofi, man. He's not Kofi at all. He's not just... I thought he was going to be that mid-card face that the crowd loved, that can sell a storyline, that could be that underneath face that we can root for. He has not been that. He needs to take full responsibility for that, man. Stop blaming the damn writing team. If he was in AW, I'm sorry, like, would it be better? Why? Maybe, but not too sure about that either. You know why? Dog, they can only write good for MJF. That's their only good storyline available right now is MJF. But let's say Ricochet was in AW. Bruh, there's tons of guys in that company that can work exactly like him. You got Pac, Murphy, Dante Martin, who's a clone, Ray Phoenix, Will No Spray, dog, like King of Make, like there's tons of guys in that company that work exactly like him. Sammy G, Jungle Boy. So stop crying about his run in the WWE. I mean, would it be better in AW? Probably not. I think he'll be Jay Lethal. he'll be lost in the shuffle. I think Ricochet should be happy where he's at. But the bottom line is, I think when it comes to his last IC title reign, it was bound to fail. I knew it was going to fail. Y'all fanboys gotta stop protecting this guy, man. He can't talk, no personality. He's just a high-flying guy. It's like, is he better off the mask? Like, is he better off wearing a mask? It's like, who has more personality? Ray's son or him? That's a great discussion. Who has more personality? Dominic or Ricochet? Look, man, there's a reason why they gave the title to Gunther, the Ring General. There's a reason. I guarantee you, Gunther, the Ring General, will be at multiple pay-per-views. I guarantee it. You know why? He has a gimmick. He has a manager. He has an act that the crowd can get behind when it comes to being a heel. He has an act, a gimmick that the crowd can get heat from. He has a heat-seeking gimmick. I could see him at multiple pay-per-views because he has a big fight feel to him. Gunther, the Ring General, he has a great fight feel to him. Seriously. I could see him versus Butch. I could see him versus Drew McIntyre. I can see him versus who else? Damn, Riddle. A lot of guys. There is more to work with Gunther, the Ring General. There's more to work with. That's all, Sim. I'm done.